Yes, sir. What's good, baby? Sheesh. Don't even know where I'm at. What's good? What's good? What's good, fam? Let me go and cut the music. Cut the music. Cut it. What's good, fam? Your boy Nate Lindsay, aka Plug for Pips. You know, I just want to jump on here really quick, fam, and just drop some more gems with this S&P. Right, give you guys some more of these gems with this S&Ps. You guys know this is my favorite pair. This is what I love to trade. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it and see how we caught this move twice. Right, I caught this move twice. Right, sent this to the team right here, but I didn't get a chance to send this one because it was the middle of the day. But I went ahead and took it anyways. But I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I did to be able to take this trade, guys. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So first, as you can see, I'm on the hourly time frame. Let's go ahead and jump down the 15-minute because that's what I was trading on, guys. I was trading on the 15-minute, okay? And when I first jumped on in the market, first of all, let's go ahead and go backwards a little bit. Let's go backwards. When I first jumped on, it was at about here, right? When I first got on, let's see, what time was that at? Yep, 6:45, about 7 o'clock. Yep. Okay. When I first got on, guys, this is where the market was at. And I have been noticing that it hasn't really been able to break this high up here. You know what I mean? Every time it's been getting up in this area right here, it's been dropping. I even, to be completely honest with you, I even took a buy here based off the fact that it broke this level where these wicks was at and closed above. I was assuming that it was going to take off for the buy all the way up to this next level, which is the weekly or the monthly high. Never did that. We took a loss. That's how the market is sometimes. But we went ahead and got it back over here with this setup this morning. So, every Wednesday, I do S&P live sessions with the team. And we got on this morning. And when I first got on here, I seen that it was, it made its push up, but then it all the way came back to this line right here. You guys don't know, I mark these lines up on a higher time frame, right? Mark these lines up on a higher time frame, okay? And so I was telling myself that, okay, well, it hasn't really been really bullish lately. Like it's just been kind of bearish. Bearish means it's falling down, bullish means it's going up. So it's been bearish lately. We got the push and then drop, push and then drop. Right, push, drop. It's just been dropping. It hasn't really been able to break this level, this area. Sometimes it always isn't a line. Sometimes it's going to be just an area. You know what I'm saying? So when I got on the session this morning, I was telling the squad, I was like, you know what? If this thing can break below here and close below, I could definitely see it dropping at least to here. You know what I mean? I could see it at least minimum dropping to this point to right here, right? And so I want to pretty much walk through on what I did to be able to take this trade and go ahead and catch these 100 pips. We were risking 66 pips to catch 112, right? Risking 66 to catch 112. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through it nice and slow, right? So we had some movement here, right? Came down, bounced off. I was like, it's not ready yet, right? I got on at 7, so actually it was a little bit here, actually, as a matter of fact. So I got on at 7, and I was like, oh. So we got the push down, right? We got the push down, and I told myself that if it actually breaks this level right here and closes below, I'm gonna wait for it to pull back up into this area, and then I'm gonna catch the sell, right? I'm gonna catch the sell. So let's go ahead and see what it did, right? So it came down. We definitely got our close below, got a nice close below. This counter right here was the one I was looking for to close. This bearish counter right here, right? This bearish counter right here is the one I was looking for to close. Right. And so at this point, let's see where we're at. So we're at 7 o'clock, right? We got that candle drop. Then we got this one at 7:15. I said, oh, bet it's time to go. So now I put this arrow here. I said, guys, if it pulls back up in here, I'm going to be looking for it to drop, right? So let's see what it did. Dropped even harder, and then it pulled back. Now I'm going to be completely honest with you. When this candle pushed up like that, I was a little weary. I was like, man, I'm not sure if this is going to actually drop like I want it to, right? Because you see how it wicked really hard to the low and then pull back, and this just completely was engulfing. Engulfing means this candle right here was bigger than this one, right? So I was like, I don't know if it's gonna drop, guys. I'm really not sure, but we gotta wait and see. Because the thing about S&P is it's a very volatile pair. So it'll drop, it'll come down and drop like that and wick, and then turn around and go in completely other direction. You know what I mean? Like that's how this pair moves. But it also doesn't give the true direction because sometimes the momentum is going to be to the downside, which is what I was seeing right here with all this movement to the downside right here, right? So let's see what it did next. Boom, right? Give us the move that we were looking for. That was the move that we were looking for, right? We were looking for it to push up, reject, and then drop, right? And as the day progressed, I told the team, I said, you know, if you guys want to move your stop loss to break even, you can. Moving your stop loss to break even means instead of your stop loss being up here, right, you're going to move your stop loss to here where you got in the market at. Now, what that'll do is that'll protect you from losing any money. But if the market decides to come back up in here, it's going to take you out of the trade. So me personally, I didn't move my stop loss. I had already accepted this loss if it was going to happen, right? So I let the market just play itself out, right? So we were in deep profit. It turned around, got a little bit up in our entry area, right? Still was playing around, even gave us that push up. Look at that push up, right? We were in drawdown. If you had held the trade, you were in drawdown. Drawdown means you're in the negative, right? You're in the negative about, let's say what, you went up about 30 to 40 pips in negative, right? So, and if someone was, was over leveraging, they felt that. They felt that, So let's go ahead and see what it eventually did. So we got a nice push down, right? We got a push down. All right, got another push down, and then boom, pushes back up, and it started to really play in this area for a little bit. So I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I stopped watching my phone. Because when you babysit the trade, it's gonna make you like you're gonna become very like what's the word I'm looking for? Like tense. You're gonna have a lot of anxiety because you're in profit and then you're in the negative. You see blue, then you see red. You're like, what's going on? So I just let it keep going. I let it play out, right? Put my phone down, didn't even pay attention to it, right? And before you know it, it started to really drop. Started to give us what we wanted to give, and then boom, got close, bam, hit our TP. Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby. Smack the TP of 100 pips, right? From the morning session. It didn't smack the TP until 11:45. We got on the session and started trading at 7 o'clock. It didn't smack our TP until 5 hours later. Man, that was stressful. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. That was stressful. I'm sitting there like, man, the S&P don't move like this, man. What's it doing? But it ended up keeping on moving. And I told the team, I said, guys, look, this is what it's gonna do. I gave them different outcomes, because when you're trading, like my boy Zakar teaches me, he said, if this, then that, right? You never want to marry a bias. If it does this, then this is what it's gonna do next, right? If this, then that's what's gonna happen. If it does that, then this is what would have happened, right? So I told the team, I said, if it does decide to break this trend line, which this trend line has been holding since, let's see, let's go to a higher time frame, go to the hourly, right? This trend line has been holding since last week, last Thursday, the 12th. Last Thursday is when I created this trend line. I said, if it breaks this trend line, I will look for a nice retest to the sell. That's what I told him, right? That's what I told him. So I said, okay, well, let's go ahead and look. After I hit my TP, I was watching. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was waiting for something like this. Let's go ahead and pull the fib out. I pulled the fib from, oh wait, no, wrong tool. I pulled the fib from top to bottom, right? Because this is the impulse. Pulled the fib from top to bottom. And these levels kind of lined up with each other, right? So the 618 is a juicy level. It kind of lined up with this level right here with this line. I said also with this trend line, this is confluence, guys. When you have multiple confirmations lining up at one level, that's called confluence. So I was assuming that it was going to come down to here and then bounce back up, but it never did that. It didn't. So like I told you, if this, then that. So it broke that level and kept going. I'm like, oh, it's still going. This thing is still going, right? She's still going. Boom, dropped really hard right there. That was a hard drop. So on the 15-minute, we got candles that are closing below this trend line. So my boy was sending me messages like, oh, bro, I think this is a reversal in trend. I said, yes, you're right. But what we want to wait for now is we want to wait to see it turn around and come back up into this level, and then we'll catch the drop, right? Because you got confluence lining up here. If you guys don't know, I always trade based off X marks the spot. So we got this trend line, lining up with this key level right here, that makes X marks the spot. That's your entry. So let's see what it did next. Let's see what it did next. Boom. Came back up there, dropped a little bit more. Boom. Came back up, and then bam. Bam. Wow. Look at that. Look at that drop, guys. Whoo. Look at that. That thing is going, 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 going. Right? Got a little pullback here. Long story short, what you have is you have the break, the retest, and the sell, guys. Let's go to a higher time frame. Right? On the 30-minute, you got the break, retest, sell. That's exactly how I trade, guys. I got in the market right here. I call all of this move to the downside. I can't make this up. Right? Can't make this up. Break, close below, wait for the retest, and then drop. That's how we do it, guys. That is how we do it, fam. So I just wanted to go ahead and break that down for y'all, man. Show you guys how we caught some pips on our live session this morning. S&P is my bae. S&P is my thing. And I went ahead and caught another. And this trade actually went for a lot more. So let's go ahead and measure the pips. So 100 pips right there. And then I caught another trade to the downside for about, I actually closed early. I closed up in this area. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I closed early, but could have held until you started to see some reversal for about 300 to 400 pips, right? So that's 500 pips that were caught in one day, in one morning. If you guys trade that on a 0.0, on a 0.1, that's $500. You know what I mean? If you trade that on a standard, that was 5 racks. That was 5 racks in your pocket, right? So love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. It's your boy Nate Lindsay, aka Plug4PIPS. If you don't follow me on Instagram, definitely follow me, humble_Nate_. You know, you can go ahead. All my links and everything will be in the bio section. And you know, if you want access to these sessions, man, just send me a message. Send me a message and figure out how you can access to these live sessions, because I do a lot of teaching while I'm trading with people. We do a lot of live trading, but I'm also teaching people how to fish so that way they can learn how to do this on their own. You know, that way they can learn how to do this on their own. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and cut my tunes back on, jam out for a little bit, and we're going to end the session, fam. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hey, Shawty, come sit on my lap.